Section 13. The Price of Loss. Divine Judgment Looming. Dawn of the 9th day. 1 day remaining. How's it going? Not bad. Many of them are in good shape thanks to farming and hunting. I doubt I can train them each to kill Kali alone, but I'm sure I can teach them to survive in battle. Alright, it's time for lunch. Just make sure none of you have too much to eat. Here's your lunch, Father. Thanks. Guess what? I helped make it today. Auntie even said I did a great job. Isn't that great? Sure. Also, you know how the anniversary of my birth is coming up soon? Never mind, it's nothing. See you later. Oh, it's you! Hi, guys! Hi, Asha. You brought your father his lunch. That's so responsible of you. How are things in town? Really different! It's so surprising. My father's spending a lot more time here now. It feels really lively too. Though, in other places, it's really quiet. It looks like the town has been split cleanly in half. There are more people who support fighting back against the Kali now, but not everyone is joined in. On the one side, we have the people from Duval, along with the people they inspired to join them. And on the other, there are the people who are still holding on to their old beliefs. I've noticed a lot of people watching from a distance and whispering among themselves. Who knows what they might try to pull? There are going to be even more Kali as the Yuga cycle goes on. I'd like to think that more people will decide to join us once they see us fighting. Our ultimate goal is to reduce Arjuna's power by getting people to realize how imperfect and unnecessary of a god he is. So I certainly hope a bunch more decide to join us, or we'll be in big trouble. We should be hoping to win over the rest of this town, then keep that momentum to win over other people here. We can't devote all our time to convincing those holding out when we also need to train those who have joined us. Whatever else may happen, we can't let anyone else be killed as long as we're in a position to help. Looks like you're pretty much over it then, huh? I don't know about that, but I do know what it is I need to be doing right now. What's more, I know now that there's something else I need to keep my eye on. There's someone already walking the path I need to follow. I may not fully grasp it, but I understand well enough to know that I no longer have the option of hedging my bets. Is she looking at me? Hold up, I think you're gonna have to postpone the training for now. I'm seeing a number of signals making their way towards the town. It looks like more Kali. It would seem they're all warmed up and raring to go, now that it's the final day of the Dvapara Yuga. Here they come! Alright, everyone who's ready to fight, prepare for battle. But remember, your ultimate goal is to survive. Don't try to be a hero. We'll be handling the front line, so there shouldn't be any issue with them joining us. Preparing Orthonax for immediate combat. All systems green. I'll try to draw as many of them towards me as I can. Awaiting your orders, Master. I see. So they're going after Faith, the Achilles heel of every god that shows themselves before mortals. How delightfully cold-blooded. It could be just the surgical strike they need. Even if they don't have time to pull it off, it's certainly making things more interesting.
A god that nobody believes in is little more than a doomsday device, and one even ordinary people can destroy at that. Still, I have to wonder, are they aware that everything they're doing may ironically speed up the whole paradise without people living thing?
There you are. Seeing you pisses me off.
Oh, hello, Ashwataman. What brings you here?
You know why I'm here, damn it. I'm here to clean up your mess. You've been taking things Arjuna erased along with their owners at the end of the Kali Yuga, and putting them back to remind other humans that they existed, haven't you?
I have. What about it? I was under the impression that I was doing exactly what your god would want me to do. There's nothing wrong with rooting out people holding on to unnecessary attachments to their defective past lives. Granted, I won't deny I enjoy the look of despair they get when they realize they can't even remember who they lost. But the point is, I'm helping to find undesirables so we can end the Yuga cycles ahead of schedule.
I don't care how you get your kicks, but it's hard not to be pissed at how much more work you're making for me. It'd be one thing if you were just effectively getting in the way, but now that you're making this much trouble for us, I was told to handle you directly.
Huh? Just a minute. Explain to me how my work is being anything less than helpful. The particulars aside, it should be exactly in line with what Arjuna wants. Your thick-headed god, who's so drunk on his divinities that he's forgotten what human feelings are, should be complimenting me like, "What an incredibly capable woman you are! You're the goddess I've been searching for my whole life!"
Your alter ego friend told Arjuna all about how your actions are directly fueling the resistance movement that's been gaining traction. That's really the one bit where I sympathize with you. It sucks having your friend sell you out.
Now I see what's going on here. So that's how the monk wants to play this. What an ugly, petty man. That's the difference he'll never make up between him and the other Onmyoji. Putting aside the question of whether it's more trouble to deal with an arrogant bastard who'd knowingly keep a deadly parasite around just because he can, or a rotten parasite himself who'll try to murder you outright in an ambush. A mere servant? Thinking he can kill me? The idea is so infuriating it's almost depressing. He calls himself a destroyer just because he was able to take out the other gods in order around a few regent servants? Ridiculous. I would never lay down and die for a being who can't even truly become a pure destroyer of worlds, let alone one of his pathetic lackeys. That emperor who embodied all of humanity was one thing, but I can destroy a mere warrior like you with just a few bites.
Well, what do you know? I guess you've got a bit of rage in you yourself. Fine by me. Go ahead and get as mad as you want. I'm pretty furious that I've got to put an end to someone I have no desire to kill. As your friend must have put it, Arjuna is all we need to end this world. There's no room for a walking disaster like you here. Dawn of the final day.
It's the Kali Yuga again. I hope we can escape in the border with more room to spare this time. Agreed, but I expect things will be okay. This town knows how to do more than just pray now. We'll help them all we can, then make our escape when the time is right. They should be more than capable of surviving until the next Yuga cycle begins by then. Oh, speaking of Kali, here comes another wave now. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Like you said, these people have all been training.
Wait, something's not right. What are those Kali doing? Are they swarming together?
What the hecking heck? They just merged into a new giant Kali.
What the hell is that? I've never seen a Kali like that before.
Why is this happening? Are they making themselves stronger because we decided to fight back?
Stay back, Asha.
Okay, be careful, Father.
This isn't good. We only taught these people how to handle normal Kali. That giant one's in a whole other league. It's a shame we won't be able to help them with the other Kali. But we're the only ones here who can handle that giant. Let's go! There, it's dead. How are the people doing? There's nothing more I can do. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Father, over there.
Please, help me. My leg got stuck in the rubble. Please, God, I pray to you as much as you like, I promise. God damn Ulu! This isn't my fault. I know. This is all the gods' will. It has to be.
Father! Father!
Don't cry. It's no big deal. I'll just have to get used to limping for a while. No point in me trying to fight anymore. Let's go find a place to hide.
Hold on to me, Father. I'll help you walk. Are you okay? Does your leg hurt?
You've really grown up, haven't you?
Huh? Well, sure I have.
I guess that makes sense. Seeing as how you turn 4,000 days old tomorrow, we'll have to celebrate.
He remembered.
Once again, I dream as I close my eyes. I dream of an impossibly tragic war, taking place for impossibly meaningless reasons. A pointless war that wiped an entire clan out of existence. A war that swallowed the land whole, claiming untold numbers of lives. A war that trampled the souls of countless brave warriors underfoot. Uttara, son of Virata, died. His brother Shveta was killed by Bhishma. Bhima killed the king of Kalinga. Virata's eldest son Shanka also died. All 100 of the princes died one after the other. Iravan was killed as well. I killed Bhishma with Shinkada's help. Abhimanyu was also killed. So many dead, so many killed. Death and killing, killing in death, over and over and over. I saw countless friends and allies die. I saw countless enemies and foes die. Once all my thoughts had passed me by, and all my emotions had been drained out of me, I was left with only one question. Why? Hey, hey! Good, you're finally awake. I didn't know you slept too. I know this is short notice, but I need a new power. It's like I told you in my report, Yama's power wasn't helpful at all. Come to think of it, it's probably because he's similar to Hades. I may have spent my time hating him without realizing it. So I need you to lend me another divinity. Yama alone isn't going to cut it. Of course, this would be strictly to help me with my research, and to help me uphold the laws of this just world. So you can understand that my request is completely justified, right? A trivial matter, as all things are. Damn it. I didn't expect him to give me another job as part of the package. Oh well, I guess I can't really focus on my research until they're taken care of anyway. Does that mean I can trust you to deal with them? I know I brought some sacred beasts along with me, but I can't let the Kali run rampant either. Part of our job is making sure the judgments are handled impartially. Any imbalances need to be corrected. Especially seeing how there's a whole new giant Kali I've never seen before now. Maybe he's the alpha or something. Suit yourself. You're staying outside the town, right? It's none of my business what you choose to point your crossbow out. Actually, I'm tired of picking targets off at long range. It feels like it dulls my instincts, you know? I just can't seem to get in my usual hunter mood that way. I've remembered that taking shots from extreme distance isn't my thing. I'd much rather stay at a comfortable 100 paces or so. Are you sure those aren't the after effects speaking? Huh? I may have perfectly healed your physical injuries thanks to my medical expertise and his abundant magical energy. But even I can't help with your mental ones. The memory of your precious arrows failing to find their targets. The abject defeat you suffered as an archer unable to land a single shot on your unintended target. Those are the kinds of things that leave a deep, permanent mark on your spirit origin. Much as I hate to admit it, even I can't cure that. I don't know. I've never been an especially sensitive hunter. I just think sticking to my preferred range will make things easier for me. At any rate, I'll take care of the Kali in town and come back you up when I'm done. Honestly, now that I have the power of 2 gods to work with, you hardly need to bother. This is like being able to do 2 different operations simultaneously. I can handle even the most difficult patients and hum at the same time now. By the way, there's something I've been wondering for a while now. What is it? It's nothing major, mind you. I was just curious. Why I was the last Lokapala summoned, that's all. He already had Nasia, the son of the great Chinese hero Li Jing, and you, the legendary god of medicine from Greek mythology. Not to mention Ashwataman, the heroic half-incarnation of Shiva from the Mahabharata. So with all those amazing mythical figures around, why would he pick an ordinary guy like me as his final Lokapala? It beats me. Who knows what a god that pure could be thinking? Besides, we don't even know if he summoned you on purpose. You'd have to ask him or the alter ego about that. There's every chance that you were only summoned by sheer coincidence. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But in case it wasn't a coincidence, there was just something about your posture that told me now might be a good time to think about it. My posture? What are you talking about? You know, I don't even know myself. I guess it's just hunter's intuition. Metal Gear. There really are a lot more of them on Kali Yuga. And that's not all.
Sacred beasts! Yes, and they seem to be even more worked up than usual. Does this mean...
Of course it means one of us will show up, though not the same one as last time. But as I've already been compensated, I suppose I can make a house call. Asclepius, the doctor guy. Arjuna's quite generous as far as gods go. All I had to do was ask and he gave me a new divinity.
A new divinity? That's the same one you were using before.
And now, there's this. I still have issues with the idea of gods, but at least this one isn't Greek. If it'll help me keep making progress, I won't hesitate to use whatever I can.
Is that water?
Water? Oh no, he's got Varuna, the god of water! That one might be an even better fit for him than Yama. Varuna was the regent of the West and was famous for using medical science to save people.
He's using that water to enhance the sacred beast's strength. It must have some sort of medicinal properties. Oh great, so he's doping his attack beast things with divine steroid water. I bet it's gonna give them some completely broken regen ability or something. This is gonna be a huge pain in the ass, I can tell already. Look, I enjoy a brutally difficult grindfest as much as the next gamer, but at some point it gets too hard to even bother with.
Stop whining! The people of this town have finally found the will to fight back. I'm not gonna let these things ruin that. Not on my watch. We need to prove that neither this false god nor his underlings are invincible. They can be, must be defeated. We're the ones who showed them this path and started them along it. Now we have to show them what lies at its end. Even if he does have a new divinity at his disposal now, it's still no more than a tool, something more or less tacked on, to use the modern parlance. Even if this new divinity does pertain to healing, the damage to Asclepius' own spirit origin is not the sort that can be recovered from in a day. Not when Asclepius himself has divinity of his own. In brief, it is eminently possible that he has not recovered from damage he sustained in your last battle. That could be just the advantage you need. I wish I could give you some more helpful instructions, but I'm afraid that's all I've got this time.
That's more than enough, Holmes. Master, we're up against Asclepius and his two divinities. I know he's a formidable enemy, but...
we're still gonna win! Oh! You're welcome to try, foolish patience. At this point, I've both conquered death and gained the power to heal people with godlike power. Despite not being a god myself, I've never been more capable. Maybe now I can cure that idiocy of yours just as well as I can everything else. What's wrong, Sacred Beasts? I know you can keep going. Come on, get up, I'll keep healing you. What's going... In short, you are neither a pseudo-servant in a special vessel, nor a naturally occurring divine spirit amalgamation. That made all the difference.
I remember what happened with Neja.
Neja intentionally chose to overload her spirit origin, but you've done a decent job of it without even trying. Not only are you bearing the brunt of two divinities in a single servant body, but one of them is boosting your already perfect healing abilities well beyond their limits. You've obviously been pushing yourself way too hard. And since you don't have some special background that lets you handle that kind of load like Arjuna does, this was only ever going to end with you destroying yourself. I'm pretty sure Arjuna knew that too. What? That can't be right! Why would he do something like... A trivial matter, as all things are. Damn it, so that's what he meant. He didn't care what might happen to me. I'm as completely inconsequential to him as anything else. That damn fool didn't appreciate the value of medicine any more than the other idiot gods did. There was just something about your posture that told me that now might be a good time to think about it. I see. So that's what he was going on about. Maybe I have been the idiot all this time. It's ironic, Asclepius. You sought a world where one would never die just for excelling. And now you've excelled so much in your pursuit of power that you brought about your own death. I can't believe I forgot something so fundamental. Even medicine can be harmful in excess. I neglected to walk that line, and now I'm paying the price. What an embarrassing mistake. Speaking of things I forgot... Hey, before I go, just tell me one thing. Do I seem that strange to you? All I want is to advance medicine for the good of all mankind. Women, children, the elderly. Everyone should be able to benefit from getting the treatment they need. All I want is a world where you won't be an outcast just for excelling. Excellence shouldn't be a crime.
You're not wrong. There's nothing strange about your stance. I think any hero would feel much the same as you do. But even so, I'm not sure how to describe this, but... You don't get to talk about that kind of thing when you're working for the jerks running this world. At least that's how it seems to me. Of course, my feelings are also Ganesha's feelings right now, so they do carry plenty of divine weight.
The more God thinks things without any reason, the worse it is, eh? That's possible. Maybe that lack of self-awareness is what I need to treat. We won! Though I don't know what he kept muttering about even as he disappeared. What an odd man.
Asclepius' spirit origin has completely vanished. We've beaten him. We did it, Master!
Whoa! Whoa! Ah, damn. They got him, huh? Well, I've just wrapped things up with the Kali here. I guess I may as well go and avenge him.
Father fell asleep after I took him to the healer. That means he'll be okay, right? I wonder if there's something I can do to help.
You want to help? I don't know, you're still just a child. We can't give you a sword, and there aren't any other weapons you could use safely.
You can pray, of course. Go on, close your eyes and pray as hard as you can for our God to help. Look out, Master, it's William Tell!
Oh? So you're coming to face us yourself this time? Actually, that's about the distance I prefer to operate from. Besides, this is the climax of the hunt. I can't just pass up a chance like this when my quarry's already weak and exhausted. A hunter doesn't feel bad about bringing down their prey. We feel accomplished. We're in a difficult position. Having fought so many Kali and Asclepius, I would much rather we had had time to recover before our next showdown with William Tell. I'm sure you'd like to do that, but the thing about hunters is that we don't let our quarry escape. Traps, wind, climate, scent, bait. When we decide to bring down a target, we make sure to use whatever it takes. And if we let a wounded animal get away, well, there's no greater shame than that. When that happens, we just have to accept it's God's will and resign ourselves to going to bed with an empty stomach. Looks like we got no choice but to fight.
Right. We'll just have to settle things here and now, Master.
If he has yet to fully recover from the last battle, you should still have a chance. Though it won't be an easy fight by any means. Hang in there. Well, at least we don't have to worry about him sniping at us from extreme range now. But he can still control the wind as he likes thanks to ThorW. Keep your guard up, Gouda. There's no telling how he'll try shooting his arrows at us next.
Damn it, none of my attacks are landing!
Every time I think we have him, he slips out of reach again. He's just too damn good at controlling the positioning of this fight.
I can't read his arrow trajectory. It's taking everything I have just to defend against them. He must be using the Wind God's power to control their flight path. We can't even tell where he's firing from.
This must be what it's like to be a cornered animal. But we can let him bring us down. It bears asking, I think. Can you draw his fire toward you like you did before?
I don't think so. The situation is too different. At this point, there's no way I could reverse concentrate all the different possibilities, no matter how hard I push the goddess's divine core.
I see. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm glad to hear it all the same. At least now we won't have to rely on a cowardly strategy where you could end up hurt. And all I can do is stand back and watch, angry at myself for being so helpless.
There you go again.
Hang on, Lady Lakshmi, I'll help you!
Stop! That won't work on him! Any non-mystic attacks will just...
Ah, damn. Sorry about that. I wasn't ordered to hurt any civilians. But I couldn't help the reflex to return fire when he shot at me. I have to say, though, that's pretty impressive for a homemade crossbow. Even so, you shouldn't go around firing it at a real hunter.
Damn it, there has to be some way we can defeat him!
As I kept walking, I got more and more anxious. Oh, Sasha.
What if Father ends up dying? He remembered my birth anniversary and everything. He said he would celebrate it with me. And for just an instant, I'm pretty sure he even patted my head earlier. What do I do? How can I make sure everyone ends up happy? Is there any way for my father to get better, the Kali to go away, and all of us to just go on to the next yuga together? Then I remembered the nice travelers, the ones who seem like gods but aren't. If the only thing I can do is pray, I'd rather pray to them. Besides, they know all sorts of things. Maybe they'll even know how to fix my father's injury. I'll go look for them. I didn't know what was going on, but I could tell that the travelers were in trouble. It's really surprising, but I can't just stand around in shock. The man attacking the travelers must be one of the bad gods someone once told me about. Honestly, I still don't know what the difference is between good gods and bad gods. But I definitely don't want the travelers to die. I have to do something.
Ah!
Something fell to the ground in front of me. I know what this is. I saw the grown-ups practicing with them. You just squeeze this part and it shoots an arrow. Could I use this to help? Maybe if I can help the nice travelers, They can help my father. Huh? Is that... Oh no! Asha, stop!
Someone else foolish enough to shoot at a seasoned hunter. Time to show them what happens when... I can't pull the trigger. Stop! You can't shoot a child!
Yeah, we all know your story. Come on, William, don't you remember your son? Don't you remember how you had to shoot that apple off his head to save him from that jerkwad of a vault? Listen, I'm a hardcore gamer, so I may not know much outside of my wheelhouse, but I know this. Shooting a kid is the one thing William Tell should never ever do.
My son? What are you talking about? I can't believe it. His memories must have been deemed useless and erased.
I don't know what's going on, but at least he finally stopped moving around. Now's our chance. Don't worry about Asha. My impressive girth can function as an even more impressive meat shield.
This is the opportunity we've been waiting for. Come on, Master, it's time to finish this. You failed to shoot the quarry you were hunting, our master, and you almost shot a child instead. What a shame. You're no longer William Tell, the heroic archer engraved in the Throne of Heroes. You're nothing more than an ordinary hunter at the mercy of a god. Be gone, William Tell, before you are past redemption. What an awful fate, having only your defective memories erased. I don't even want to think about what I'd be like if that had happened to me.
This battle isn't over just yet. Finish him!
I'm well aware. Huh? This really pisses me off. I'm still not done with my last job, but I couldn't just ignore all this crap. Damn it all, it makes me real angry that you guys had the bad luck to be here when you got nothing to do with the beast I was chasing. Section 14. Those who laugh during the end of Yuga. Ashwataman! Of all the times for him to show up! Indeed, I was just about to remind you. I assume none of you have forgotten what day it is. Today is the Kali Yuga, when the entire world is unmade and recreated. If we are to safely avoid its effects, I might suggest that you begin your retreat toward the border. Alacrity would be advisable.
Can't you see what we're dealing with here, Detective? We can't possibly turn our backs on this opponent. Damn it, it's just been one thing after another. Oh, and I almost forgot. What are you doing here, Asha? Where's your dad? He hurt his leg, and he's at the healers right now. Gotcha. That sounds serious, but right now you've got to get out of here and hide, Asha. Okay. Ashwataman is bound to come after us if we try to run away. Since we destroyed the giant Kali, the townspeople should be able to look after themselves. So I think the best thing we could do now is try to make a break for it.
There are two problems with that idea. First, Ashwataman is a powerful servant. With all of us so exhausted, merely escaping him isn't going to be easy. If we're not careful, he'll end up mowing us down the moment we turn our backs on him. And second, I'd really like to finish Tell off while we still have the chance. We need to eliminate him if we're going to defeat Arjuna, and we may never get another chance like this again.
Yeah, but what about, our lives? Shouldn't surviving be our first priority? I mean, even if we do manage to take him down, what's the point if we all end up dead because we failed to get away? I know, but... damn it! Just what we needed.
Are you awake now? Good. Then you can help me take care of these guys. Especially since you were supposed to... What the? Yeah. Nope. I just can't seem to remember anything from my old life. But I do remember there was something from it I was forced to forget. That's right. I know there was something real important to me. Something I don't have anymore. And I know you and that god were the ones who took it.
Are they falling out with each other? No, wait. It looks like
William Tell was never a complete Locopala to begin with. At any rate, now's our chance to run for it. Let's get out of here. Fo! Okay, let's go, everyone. But keep an eye out in case anyone comes after us. Hey! Get back here, damn it! Oh, now I am really pissed. You're gonna pay for that, old man. He's gone too. I guess he must have used Valu's power to make an escape. I doubt he'll last long with those wounds if he pushes himself too hard. But still... Damn it! Well, if I can only go after one of them, might as well stick to the ones I can see.
Ashwataman is coming after us. I was afraid this might happen.
Keep running. I'll hold him off at the rear. I know about his amazing regenerative abilities. They practically make him immortal. I may not be able to defeat him now, but I would at least like to stop him from coming after us. Of course, since he'll recover from most damage as soon as we inflict it on him, I'll probably have to cut off both his legs to do even that. Damn it, that's just as much work as defeating him, especially while trying to make an escape at the same time. Huh? Of all the stupid times! Damn it! That damn conceptual arrow must have triggered it. Now he's writhing around and sweating like a pig. What's going on? It looks like he's in pain. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not about to look this particular gift horse in the mouth. Let's get out of here while we still can. Now I'm really pissed. Now that they know about me, I'm sure the false god won't hesitate to erase me with everything else he doesn't want in the world. You're certain that I can avoid the cataclysm as long as I'm on board your ship, yes?
Absolutely. Speaking of which, it looks like Arjuna started to charge up his noble phantasm right on schedule.
Confirming our distance from Arjuna now. Good, we should be safe here. The one thing we must avoid at all costs is a direct attack on the border. We can't escape to void space without a vehicle capable of a zero sail, after all.
We're only a few hundred meters away from the rendezvous. It looks like we don't have any trouble reaching it in time.
I can hear the border's engine now. Ha, home sweet home. Now don't you start that! This is not your home, damn it!
All that aside, I still kinda wonder why Ashwataman stopped chasing us.
I don't think he stopped so much as he... Good, I've got a visual on your position. We'll get ready for the Zero Sail as soon as we rendezvous. Wait. Huh? Hold up! Hold everything!
What is it, Moonier? If this is about taking a bathroom break, you should have thought of that before we left.
What? No! There's a servant right next to the rendezvous point.
Eh? Did one of them come after us? This is terrible. What if they attack the border?
No, we need not worry about that. Based on these readings I'm seeing, the answer is plain to see. They're wounded. This servant has clearly been so gravely injured that they are no longer able to move. Furthermore...
Furthermore?
It is a servant we're all familiar with, Director Gordolf. Though we are decidedly not on friendly terms, unfortunately. Gouda and his team should be coming up on her shortly. For the moment, I suggest we wait to see what happens. Perhaps then we will be able to determine what brought her here.
What?
That Emperor who embodied all of humanity was one thing, but I can destroy a mere warrior like you with just a few bites. Alas, my short-sighted, lovely bark turned out to be worse than my bite. Now I see what they mean when they say the brightest stars burn out the quickest. That locally sourced look Apollo is on a whole different level. He must be the most powerful servant in this Lostbelt, excepting Arjuna. And if that weren't enough, he even had some powerful holy sutras equipped, no doubt thanks to that damn monk. I can't break out my other tales here in this India. That would put me too close to my original for comfort. My goal is to become an entirely new nine-tailed beast after all. I refuse to be part of obsolete folklore. Oh well, at least I was able to punch that meathead's stupid front teeth down his stupid throat before I made my escape. Oh, that felt good. All I have to worry about now... is that god's monstrous power. Now that I've been marked as an undesirable, I can't afford to get caught in it. And try as I might to leave. It isn't just those damn sutras holding me back. If only I hadn't taken a side trip to South America. At any rate, it looks like I won't be able to manifest in any other region until I can get rid of this virtue. In which case... well, any port in a storm. Like I always say, this world is all about give and take. If I have to hitch a ride to avoid getting wiped out of existence, then so be it.
She is showing underboob, I believe she is attempting to hitchhike.
What? What in the world is that minx thinking?
Unfortunately, she's too close to the rendezvous for us to go around her without losing a lot of time. But of course, there's no telling what she might do if we stay on track and end up running into her. What should we do?
She looks like she's in pretty bad shape.
Huh? Oh, you better not be thinking what I think you're thinking, Gouda. I know she helped us out a little in China, but that hardly makes us allies. Not by a long shot. Besides, let's not forget that it was completely, entirely, 100% her fault that we were poisoned in the first place.
I know, but I still want to help her.
Fo? There, you see? Even the little furball knows we can't trust her.
Come on, we need to make a choice here. That's fine if you want to ignore her, but you should know she's charging up some kind of weird magical energy. She's holding both hands up and forming some kind of glowing ball of energy above her head.
Oh, fo.
And just look at that smile. I can almost hear her saying, "If you don't come get me, I'm going to use all my remaining power to blow myself up and take you all out with me."
Munier, I recommend making a detour. We should pick up Guda's group at least 10 kilometers away from her.
I told you we don't have time for that. Besides, they're already going as fast as they can. I don't think we have any choice but to pick her up too. Like they say, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Oh, all right. I'll consider this a distress signal and allow it just this once. She may be one of our most contemptible enemies, but abandoning someone asking for help would just lead to more headaches down the road.
Yeah, pretty much. Besides, you let me on board when I was in trouble. You might as well do the same for Koyanskaya. Also, those injuries of hers, it looks to me like she had a falling out with one of our other enemies. I had a feeling that was going to happen sooner or later. If that's true, that would mean she's become a target for Arjuna's noble phantasm. It would certainly explain why she's looking to the border of all places for refuge. Bringing her on board does pose a risk, but we also know she's been weakened. If she attempts anything untoward, we will not be defenseless. Furthermore, we may be able to gain new and valuable information from her, or even have her fight with us again for a time.
True. But I warn you to exercise the utmost caution. That minx's devilish charms were powerful enough to deceive even a first-class dandy like myself. If we're going to let her on board, we should put a bag over her head or something just to be safe.
I'm pretty sure we won't have to worry about that. We all know real well what sort of person she is by now.
Don't be ridiculous. You're the one I'm worried about the most, Capaccio. I can tell from the beta male look on your face that practically screams 2D girlfriends are all I need that you'd be powerless against her charms.
I feel attacked. You're worried about me? What are you, my mom?
Are you quite sure you'll be all right?
Positive.
Well, all right then. Still, I'm going to give myself a few good dabs of this cologne just in case.
In case of what exactly?
All right, go ahead and do a full throttle drift to the spot right between Gua and Koyanskaya. We'll depart once again as soon as we've taken all necessary precautions.
Oh good, you stopped. I guess this means you're letting me on.
You're gonna tell us all about what's going on, okay?
But of course, I would never expect a free ride.
Foe!
Oh, my little foe, you really do have it out for me, don't you? Oh, I'm so scared. Anyway, let's get going, shall we? Or is the plan to put me in some BDSM gear before we get moving? Perhaps one of you is giddy at the thought of an opportunity to do all sorts of naughty things he missed his chance for in China.
I'll have you know I was thinking nothing of the sort. The only thing I'm hopeful for at the moment is the suspension bridge effect.
At the moment, I would prefer you get on the border post-haste so we can begin our zero-sail preparations. I tried to ensure we would have time to spare, but I have a bad feeling about what's coming. Do try to hurry. How unexpectedly thrilling! Perhaps you were simply unaware, my dear Chaldeans? Oh my, this will never do! Surely you should know better than that by now, no? This world gets leaner and leaner as more excess is shaved off with each Yuga cycle. That, of course, means that it requires a bit less energy to destroy it as the cycles go on. So if you were expecting it to take as long as it did before, why, you might just find yourselves running a little short on time. Go on, God! Let us proceed with the next culling! Huh? I see. So you want me to help run this world so you don't have to bother yourself with trivial matters, huh? And by running this world, you also mean taking care of people less than inclined to cooperate. Well, I hate to tell you this after you went and summoned me, but I'm not the man for the job. My arrows are meant for shooting apples off my son's head, and for shooting that scumbag Volt through the heart. I'll never use them to shoot children, so I guess that's that. Sorry. And what will you do now? If that is his reason for refusing to obey me, then those thoughts are unnecessary. There is something inside him that should not be there. Indeed, indeed, I couldn't agree more. But as luck would have it, the next Yuga cycle is almost upon us. All you need do is remove that defect from him, and he will then have no choice but to serve you faithfully. I thought I was only going along with you guys as a hunter for hire. And as the guy being hired, I expected you to pay me for my help. Nobody ever told me I'd be the one paying you such a heavy price. Consider our contract null and void. Upfill Scheisen! You fool! Your idiocy knows no bounds! What can a half-dead archer's arrow hope to do against a god? I hear a voice from long ago. One of the records that remains in the Shadow's head. A voice dripping with oppressive authority, intolerant of the slightest defiance. I'm told you have some skill with a crossbow. Then go ahead, make this shot. If you succeed, I will overlook your transgressions. A mess of emotions, reluctance, doubt, fear. Each raged within me at those words, but still I took the shot. I shot an apple off my son's head, because I had no other choice. That was my profession after all. I'd made a life out of only ever hitting what I aimed at. But I never thought of myself as the god of marksmanship. Besides, even gods are known to miss sometimes. And a hunter always has to consider what will happen if they miss their shot. Because the fact is, the moment their arrow misses, there will be another target that absolutely needs to be hit. So I had another arrow ready, inside my jacket. If my first arrow failed to pierce the apple, if both my son's world and mine had ended with that shot, I would at least make the beast so needed killing would die with us. Thankfully, I didn't need to use my second arrow on that day. But even so, I had every confidence in the world. If my first arrow had missed, or rather, if the arrow that absolutely needed to hit its target didn't, the fact that there would then be another target that needed to be hit
meant that my second arrow would be sure to find its mark.
What? It hit?
I always make sure to hit the targets I can't afford to miss, like the apple on my son's head. But of course, I have another arrow ready to go just in case I miss. That second arrow is my true noble phantasm. It doesn't matter if my Schweitzscheisen's target is an evil vote or a god. It'll still find its mark. There are some shots you can only make after you've already missed.
Now I see. Your noble phantasm interferes with causality. It's a shadow arrow that's guaranteed to hit if the arrow before it misses. And on top of that, you infused it with all of Vayu's divine power to make doubly sure it hit its target. Though, of course, that's still not nearly enough to do so much as scratch him.
If this good-for-nothing hunter managed to get God's attention, even for just a few seconds, I'll consider that plenty meaningful in itself, knowing that a human's will reached him. After all, a few seconds has got to count for a lot when you're a god remaking the entire world. Surprised? If the look on your face is any indication, that wasn't for nothing at all. Well, I'm just that much happier I took the extra effort to rouse those bones for one final shot.
Your entire being has become unnecessary.
You think I didn't see this coming? I know how close I am to dying better than anyone. But you know, the wounded quarry is the most dangerous as the end closes in. There's nothing stronger or more dangerous than a cornered animal. I know that better than most. Oh, and one last warning before I go. I told Asclepius this too. But the reason you summoned me last is because you felt a regular old human would be a good match for a god, right? Even if you only realized it subconsciously, that doesn't make it any less true. Hell, maybe that's why that last arrow got through to you. If you don't realize what that means, someone even more desperately cornered than me's gonna end up firing a third arrow. I wonder who that will end up being.
God has cast his gaze downward. You have become unnecessary. Furthermore, God has also seen. These defects are unnecessary, and therefore evil. Begone, evil. You are not needed in the new Yuga, the new world. I will now wield the sword of the God who ends all things. I will cut off the world. From the rift in the world made by the blade, clear purification will burst forth. Terminus and Genesis will cycle anew. Sword of disillusion, let your blade fall. Mahapralaya.
I don't know about defective, but I can tell I'm not really me if I can't remember my son.
Oh, there you are.
It's all right. It's okay now. It took me a while, but I finally remembered. I'm sorry I couldn't be the father you deserved.
Effect of unforgiving world weakened by the erasure of Lokapala Tel.